Three, two, one. So, Joe, I was looking at, I was checking some clips for the Voice, and you know that Cee Lo Green, that nigga looks like the black dude on Star Trek. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah, with the
With the goggles.
eye thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I see it. I do now that you mention it.
yeah. He kind of came from nowhere. He had that one song, um, it's called "Fuck You," and it's got that Motown beat that Phil Spector they're stealing from. And this nigga recently sang it at the presidential fundraiser, and we got the clip, and he flips off the fans, and then he goes, "Can I cuss?" And he says, "Fuck you."
Yeah, and it was Tyler Perry's fundraiser down in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was like right before the president's about to come on, and
Yeah.
he just he was literally opening for the president, and he did this.
Okay, so Mary, I think you got the basic idea. Now, am I impossibly old-fashioned and a fuddy-duddy that I think at an event, a fundraiser for the president, you shouldn't be using that sort of language, and you don't need to give anyone the finger?
It makes you long for the days of Sinatra, doesn't it? No, I agree with you.
a great, a great country. Now, I haven't had a chance to check them out yet, but you have, I heard. We've obtained some photos of Cee Lo Green, and it seems he's got some skeletons in his closet.
Yeah, yeah, and before CeeLo Green had this solo career, he was a member of Gnarls Barkley, and they were, back in the day.
I think 2008.
Yeah, around like I think it was a little earlier than that, but around there.
Now,
And
folks, Gnarls Barkley, it's not. I always thought it was just one dude, didn't you?
yeah, yeah, I didn't know if it was like a band or what it was.
Yeah, it's two guys. It was two dudes, and it's Cee Lo Green and Danger Mouse, who's a producer. He produces a lot of music out there today. So go ahead, Joe.
But yeah, it's two guys, and they were known for they had one real hit song, "Crazy," um, and it got kind of big, but
Yeah.
nothing else really. But as they were starting their band, they wanted to show their commitment to each other. Um, so we got these photos from, I guess, a shoot that they did.
Yeah.
They're dressing up like a couple, married couple for a wedding, and CeeLo Green is dressed up in a white wedding dress, and it's just truly disturbing.
And it's not the only we have this photo here where they're doing like a Laurel and Hardy, not a Laurel and Hardy, but like something like a Charlie Chaplin. Anyway, you can tell he's playing the woman role here too again,
Yeah,
where he's holding the milk.
yeah, the feminine aspect, the bitch.
Yeah, so he with the wedding dress is it's out in your face, but this one, same as well.
Yeah, and this is back when before anyone knew who CeeLo Green was. He he wasn't well known, so this wasn't a big deal, I guess. But
Here's another photo of him holding Hairspray. Now we all know Hairspray is that gay musical, right? And he's got like an Elton John, Lady Gaga type outfit on. Sorry to interrupt, Joe.
Yeah, well, I think this just proves. I think a lot of this went unnoticed before he was notable, but when he came out with that "Fuck You" song about a year ago, he got really big, and then everybody kind of got to know who he was. He was in that Super Bowl commercial. Wasn't he in the Super Bowl performance too? And now he's on The Voice.
He's
But
on The Voice. Yeah, I know that. That's as
yeah,
much.
but
He's
now,
got a new looking at these photos and looking at him now, he's got this thuggish kind of pimped out black dude. Not certainly not the gay black dude bitch he had going on before.
well, yeah, and that's something Dave Chappelle has actually talked about, where he says, when a black guy wants to get big, he has to go on the down low, and he's got to dress up in a dress, and he has to act like a bitch, and he's got to basically they call it the bull, where they're like you got to do stuff, gay stuff with guys. So if this is evidence that that's what he did, and
let me bring it to this level. What if the Bulls just what if it's just a way to blackmail people?
oh, okay, so they get.
I mean, we all know Hollywood. None of us really know how Hollywood is run. We know who runs it, but what if this, okay, they get them to wear a dress or do some kind of homosexual act, and they get photos, and they say, look, if you fuck with us, we will release these.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, that's what they say, that the best.
Because, I mean, Chappelle dropped off the face of the earth. And when he came back to America, he was not warmly received by the media folks. He was kind of just like, yeah, whatever, you're back.
Yeah, and I mean, his show was huge. I mean, it was
Yeah.
big. I mean, everyone thought that was pretty funny stuff. So yeah, it is interesting how he came back, and there wasn't a whole lot of fanfare.
Yeah, excellent. I was just going to say that word, too. Yeah, there was not. Yeah, he came back. And it was like, oh, he's back?
I think your theory works though, because if you have someone working for you, it's good to have that leverage over them, where you have something that you can kind of control them with. Maybe these photos being it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I mean, the dress accusation by Chappelle holds weight because he's not, he's not really a nutty guy, and he's someone who knows Hollywood, and we were just these photos came to us, and we're like, what is this? This guy's on The Voice now. This guy has the performing for Obama. And there's rumors with Obama that a lot of he got picked to do this, and well, what didn't he go to that church? And Oprah she goes to that church, and she's gay, and there's accusations Reverend Wright's a homo, and Obama himself might possibly.
Yeah, that Sinclair guy was mentioning that in his book. He talks about.
Yeah, they're unsubstantiated, but this guy Larry Sinclair says that he had sex with Obama, and then there has accusations that he had sex with this kid Donald, not a kid, he was of legal age and everything, Donald Young or something, who Sinclair. This is all Sinclair. Jet Young has not investigated this, but that. Donald Young, a gay choir master
at Obama's church.
Yeah, that they had relations. That's
Obama and the kid.
And Donald Young, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of talk about going on the down low and what happened, and you wanna be like, well, what the hell? Show me some proof, But you get something like these photos, and
yeah, these photos really It's just because it's in a dress. Like, so, like, and if it was gonna be a dress, it would be this dress. Like, the wedding dress is the dress.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean it's
And for two guys to wear, like, even in what, gay marriages, they wear, they both wear suits, right? Like, right?
yeah,
So this is some other stuff. Like, this is weird. This is showing one's dominant, one's submissive, and an angle to blackmail, possibly. I don't know. Folks, we don't really know how Hollywood works, but this was not going. I don't know. This dress stuff is. Write your comments. Let us know what you think. But I think it might be a way to control and blackmail people.